Hello, and welcome to today's book chat. So, just to start off, I have to say that it has been a long time since I have been this excited to recommend a book. From the opening pages, I just absolutely fell in love with the writing. So, today's book, I'm talking about A Quiet Life by Joella. And it was one of those books that when I started writing, it actually most reminded me of Margaret Atwood's writings, especially her early works. And I don't know necessarily anything to do with the actual writing style or the story, but more the fact that as I was reading, the quality of the writing just made me stop in amazement at times and also think, like, what am I doing? Like, if there's this pedigree of writing out there, why do I even try? But of course, there's inspiration in that as well. And yeah, I love this story. So I won't go too much into the plot. It covers multiple points of view. So we have Chuck, sorry, who is an elderly man, and Kirsten, who is a young woman, and Ella, who is a bit in between. And all of these characters are struggling with grief, with a very extreme loss in their lives. And as Joella takes the reader through the book, we see how their stories intertwine and intersect. And I think one of the things I love most about this story and about the writing is the subtle reveals that come through in Joella's writing. And I think this is what had me stopping and just being like, wow. He has this uncanny way, which I'm extremely envious of putting paragraphs of information in one or two revealing lines, and sometimes even in one or two words that just relay so much. There's such depth and intricacy in this, and it makes it feel like you're reading someone's life, not like it's a book or a story, but you're getting this insight, and you're there witnessing these characters' interactions and their thoughts. And the development of this tale is just so painful but so beautiful. The plot is slowly unraveled. Just Joella Grace, and forgive me if I'm saying his last name wrong, by the way, I should have looked that up at first, but he gracefully peels back layers of meaning in this story through backstory, and then using that same technique to build just the story and emotion of this absolutely heartbreaking and inspiring book that is an exploration of grief, and maybe more importantly, an exploration of hope through that, and the power of connection and the power of the community. It's kind of an anthem to the power of community, I would say, and hope through the grief that we face in our lives. I've given basically nothing about the plot because, as important as it is to the story, I think if anything that I've said reaches out to you or pulls to you, pick up this book. It's so beautiful. As I said, I can't remember the last time. It's been a little while that I just got such heartfelt joy out of reading a story, and especially the world that we've been living in the past few years. It's been rough, and to read something that acknowledges how hard life can be but looks on the other side of it, mm, just great. So, A Quiet Life by Joella. And again, sincere apologies if this is not how his last name is to be pronounced. I loved it. I highly recommend. You can head over to my website, and I'm always offering something free for joining up my mailing list. While you're there, give me your comments if you've read this already or if you go on to read it. Wherever you're seeing this, YouTube, Instagram, please let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I encourage you, pick up this book. I highly doubt you will be disappointed.